bill that would slow development of new horse racing tracks and related casinos, as proposed for Gering, Kimball, and North Platte, received initial approval of state lawmakers this week. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. And our top story, among other provisions, LB 876, as amended, would delay consideration of casino proposals until completion of statewide market studies on both racing and casino gaming and the socioeconomic impact no later than January of 2025, with additional studies due every 5 years thereafter. Gering Mayor Tony Kaufman tells KNEB News that the voters spoke overwhelmingly on the issue, and existing applications should be allowed to be considered by the Racing and Gaming Commission.
Obviously, there are others that are trying to protect their interests in existing facilities and roadblock that. Whether you're for or against the activity, our stance is really we just need to be for the opportunity and let the private sector decide their own fate on whether or not this is the right investment or not.
Under the bill, the Racing and Gaming Commission would be required to reject racetrack or casino applications if they find the studies support a conclusion that new tracks or casinos would have a negative impact on existing conditions. Senators Tom Brewer and Steve Erdman were among the 34 senators voting to advance the amended bill, while Gering Senator John Stinner was among the 15 senators abstaining from voting. Well, firefighters with the Yoder Fire Department were called to the scene of a structure fire at Southeast High School Wednesday morning. Officials say the blaze was contained to the ag building and welding shops, and the buildings were not occupied at the time of the fire. Foul play is not suspected. No injuries were reported, and assistance from the Wyoming State Fire Marshal's Office has been requested to help with the investigation. Preliminary findings show that the fire was electrical in nature, stemming from the building's water heater. Crews from both the Torrington and Veteran Fire Department also assisted with yesterday morning's blaze. We'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then, your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Platte Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
Compliments is celebrating new looks for you and your home. Come in today and see all the new fashions and accessories from Charlie B, Tribal, Flying Monkey, Can, and now Little Heifer for the little lady, with sizes infant through 7-8, from tops and coats to pants and shoes for kids and women. And check out our newest decor, from rugs and rechargeable candles and candle holders to garden gnomes, plus our newest line of drinkware, Brewmates. Open Monday through Saturday. Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scotts Bluff.
Welcome back. A 47-year-old woman is facing felony charges for a stabbing that took place shortly after midnight Tuesday in Scotts Bluff. Court records show officers were called to the 1100 block of Avenue H for a report of a male who had just been stabbed, and on arrival they found the victim bleeding heavily from a laceration to his torso. He told officers that he and Cassie Calderon recently ended a relationship, and 10 minutes before the stabbing, she texted him that she was going to kill him. Calderon had fled the scene but was apprehended several blocks later. She's now facing charges including second-degree domestic assault, terroristic threats, and use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony. Sticking with the courts now is the man accused of assaulting and tossing a person out of a moving vehicle east of Scottsbluff back in October has struck a plea deal to avoid going to trial. Jose Frias was originally charged with assault causing bodily injury to a person, possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person, and driving under suspension. Earlier this month, Frias pleaded no contest to the weapons charge, and the other 2 misdemeanors were dismissed. He's facing up to 4 years in prison when he's sentenced on May 25th in Scottsbluff County District Court. And Nebraska's leading economic indicator rose in February, according to the most recent report from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Economist Eric Thompson says the indicator designed to predict economic activity 6 months into the future increased by a rapid 2.41%.
This suggests that the Nebraska economy was quite strong at the beginning of the year. The Nebraska economy, however, is expected to moderate in the coming months as energy prices and interest rates rise.
Thompson says the indicator jumped because businesses surveyed remained optimistic about sales and employment, and there was another sharp drop in initial jobless claims. In addition, airline passenger counts, manufacturing hours worked, and building permits for single-family homes all improved in February as well. Coming up after the break, Bill Boyer with your weather, Chris Cottrell with your sports. We'll have those stories and a whole lot more right after this.
It's been said many times that life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. Have you been making plans to invest in new windows? Renewal by Andersen makes the best windows. It's that simple. And right now, Renewal by Andersen has an incredible financing offer. No money down, no interest, no payments for 1 full year, no payments for a year. Book your free estimate right now at rbawyoming.com. And remember, life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
We're going to have some clouds around the area, especially later on tonight. We'll see mostly cloudy skies pick up and then overcast as we get towards sunrise tomorrow. Temperatures down in the 30s. It'll be cooler. A nice Saturday shaping up, and then colder next week and windy periods at times. We'll have to keep a close eye on what's exactly coming our area. Nothing showing up yesterday in our almanac as there's some reporting issues with the Weather Service station out at the airport. We have 60 degrees across most of the area, 50s to near 60. It's 52 in Chadron, 55 in Ogallala, 49 the coolest reading there in Valentine. Winds are light, making for a pretty comfortable evening. Winds gusting at times over 20 out along the high range or higher areas there west of Cheyenne and Wheatland. 35 when you get on the bus tomorrow. We're going to see a fair amount of clouds. Coming home, it'll be partly cloudy, and we look for temperatures into the low 50s. Futurecast tonight, we bring in some clouds overnight tonight. Can't rule out a few rain showers at times. Going to see them briefly move through and late in the overnight hours. Not going to be a lot of them, but enough to maybe say you see 1 or 2. And temperatures that are going to fall closer to freezing, not nearly as cold as those low teens we had this morning. Tomorrow, any of the morning clouds and precip going to move on out of the region. Say by noontime, we'll be turning more sunny and see some breaks in the clouds. Popcorn hit and miss showers moving across the area. And then as we go into Friday night into Saturday morning, things look nicer, and we're in for a pretty good start to the weekend. Looks like highs tomorrow going to be mostly in the 40s to low 50s. And as far as precip comes with this system, we're not going to see a lot of it. Again, hit and miss, a couple of hundreds at best. And snow going to stay, I think, confined primarily to the high country. Clouds tonight, not as cold. Lows down around 34. A slight chance of a rain shower or snow shower. Mostly cloudy in the morning tomorrow. Then some sun breaks out in the afternoon. We'll see temperatures into the low 50s. Saturday looks fantastic into the upper 60s, a bit cooler on Sunday, windy again in the mid and upper 50s, mid and upper 60s Monday, and then another colder stretch as we go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, and windy conditions develop as a storm system may arrive in our area.
Some people think Allstate only protects your car. Here's the truth. Allstate can also protect your home or apartment, as well as your boat, motorcycle, RV, and snowmobile, and even your retirement and your life. Not many insurance companies can say that, but Allstate can.
Bundle and save with Allstate. In Gearing, call Allstate agent Michael Inglehop for a quote today at 308-436-2123.
Morrill County Community Hospital and the behavioral health providers are here to help. Amber Dean specializes in mental health care, which includes medication and therapy across a person's lifespan. Melody Lacey helps people deal with a wide range of behavioral problems, from depression and anxiety to child psychiatry. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time. At Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska. Exceptional care right here at home.
Now, sports from the Fnbo Sports Desk. Fnbo, the great big small bank.
With the weekend approaching, it's time for the Thursday update here at the TV Sports Desk. We open with a student-athlete signing from over at Scottsbluff High School earlier this week as Bearcat senior volleyball player Megan Bewley announced she'll be staying home to continue her career heading up to WNCC.
I went on a visit to their school and I really loved the environment. And I just really love volleyball, and this was my opportunity to continue my career, so I just jumped on it.
Bewley becomes the first Scottsbluff volleyball player to head to play for the Cougars since 2010, and she's pretty excited to see what type of gains she can make as a player heading to such an excellent volleyball program.
Yeah, I think I can really learn a lot from this program and get some good wins, and I know they've been a winning program, so I hope that I can help them do that and be a part of something successful.
Well, the stats, they just don't tell the story with Bewley. For Scottsbluff, she was just a do-everything type player, very versatile, and her head coach at Scottsbluff, Leslie Forrell, she says Bewley might be small in stature, but she's big on heart and desire.
So it's kind of funny because during the awards banquet, I coined her as Mighty Mouse. Obviously, you can tell she doesn't have the loudest voice, but yeah, like you said, she does a lot on the court that kind of goes unrecognized because it doesn't show up on the scoreboard, but she's a tough player. I played her as an outside hitter, I played her as a setter, I played her as a libero, so she's just kind of willing to jump in and do whatever, and she puts her body on the line a lot when it's like, Megan, I wish you wouldn't do that, because the play was already kind of dead, and so I'm excited to watch her go on to the next level and hopefully contribute.
Right now, Bewley finishing up her high school athletic career on the tennis team for the spring, and she says her time as a Bearcat has been very memorable.
It's been the world to me. I came from a really small elementary school, and I came to Scottsbluff, and I just kind of jumped into it, and they just welcomed me, and I've fit in ever since, and I've just loved being in all the activities. From HOSA to sports, I've just had so many opportunities, and I really think they helped me grow as a person. So.
WNCC head coach Benny Canales was also on hand the other day, and he said they plan to utilize Bewley as a DS libero in their program. Scottsbluff's Megan Bewley staying close to home to play volleyball up at WNCC. Cougars with some action out on the diamond this weekend, in and out of town. For the baseball team, they are home weekend series at Cleveland Field, entertaining Lamar Community College. They look to get back on track, having dropped 6 straight games. The Cougar softball team, they're out on the road this weekend, heading to Otero. 4 games on Saturday and Sunday. Cougar softball off a 4-game split at Volunteer Field last weekend against Trinidad State, trying to keep their Region 9 conference record above 500. That will do it for today and for the work week. That's the latest from right here at the Fnbo Sports Desk.
The 5055E from John Deere features the value of choice with a cab or open station, two-wheel drive or mechanical front-wheel drive, and transmission options, in addition to easy-to-use controls and loader compatibility. All of this is backed with a 5-year powertrain warranty. The only thing easier than owning a 5E is operating one. See your John Deere dealer for details.
Visit 21st Century Equipment with locations in Scottsbluff, Torrington, Bridgeport, and Alliance. Developing solutions, delivering success.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, just over 1 month ago, Russia launched its unprovoked attack on Ukraine. And yesterday, Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts announced that we are pitching in to help the cause. During Wednesday afternoon's media briefing, Ricketts was joined by representatives from the Nebraska Military Department, NSP's Special Operations Division, and Department of Transportation. He said Nebraska, along with the state of Iowa, have teamed up to collect protective equipment for Ukraine.
So we've been able to get the word out to law enforcement agencies to be able to give us their expired body armor, those vests, and Kevlar helmets that we could then pool together and work with the state of Iowa to send to Ukraine. Ukraine has asked for help with regard to body armor and helmets, and so we have units that are expired, so they're past their warranty and they're no longer usable by law enforcement because they are expired, but functionally they still work.
Yesterday, a plane loaded with more than 500 pieces of former Nebraska law enforcement equipment departed to help those fighting on the front lines. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.